setups. I mean, there's a lot of different things, but I think at least if you learn the basics, you can practice the basics. And the big thing is the foot position, the angle that you attack from, and then that leg when you hook, and then the head position when you finish. That's the Russian setup. We know how to do a Russian tie? Well, and how many of you guys wrestled ever? Wrestled college, high school? This is a Russian. Grab my head. Somebody grabs your head. When you guys go out there and grapple, does anybody grab your head? Collar tie. You guys do any collar ties ever? You guys do collar ties ever? No. Grab my head. There's a collar tie. You guys ever get in this situation in grappling ever? He's a judo guy, so he doesn't obviously grab the gi all the time. Somebody grabs your head. Russian is just, you're going to grab the top of the arm this way. You're going to take your other hand, you go behind, and you pop his head off and you grab. This is basically a Russian tie right here. Okay. All right, so basically here. And then I've got a foot sweep. Or if they step back after a Russian, step back to square up. I've got an inside trip. So there's a lot of different techniques and setups you can do. Anybody, anything you want to see or anything you want to learn in particular? What problem? What's that? An arm drag?
I know the arm drag, but I see
you can do arm drag. Basically, all an arm drag is just pulling this guy's arm back.
I want to see the sweep.
What's that?
Can I see the sweep on the arm drag?
Sure. Okay, so if I'm out here wrestling, he's square stance, and I grab this arm. Now there's nothing to stop me from entering. Or opposite, just drag his arm by, open it up. I do it in judo, but I do it more with the gi. I can use the same technique in Jiu-Jitsu with the gi, and I can use the hands to set it up. So when I'm out here grappling, if I take his sleeve, and I grab low on his sleeve like a cross sleeve grip, when I pull that by this way, there's nothing to stop me from entering. So I snap, my foot's still in the middle, okay? I enter, and I scoop. Cross sleeve. The same technique we just learned. And typically what happens is this. Let me get my gear on. Typically when you pull somebody's sleeve, what typically happens when you pull their sleeve? They pull back. Right? So when I pull his sleeve, start to pull back. Look at the direction and the pull where he's going with his body. I pull, he's going right where I'm throwing him. That's what judo is, right? That's what jiu-jitsu is. It's action reaction. You bait him with this, he pulls into the position. Boom. He's leaning right into the throw. So that's all that is just a quick setup. Same thing as like a Russian tie without a gi. You're doing the same thing, and when he pulls back, inside trip. Right? Yeah. You want a hip throw? Alright, so we'll do it without a gi, okay? Best way to set up a hip throw, okay, is from an underhook. Okay, how do we get an underhook? When we come out to play, when we come out to grapple, the first thing we do, if I want to underhook with my left arm, my left leg's going to be forward. Okay? When I come out to grapple, what I'm going to do is I'm going to club. We never reach with the same leg that's forward. So if my left leg is forward, I never reach with my left hand, and I don't touch his head with my left because I've got nothing to defend this leg now. I'm wide open. This hand always protects the front leg. So if my left foot's forward, I'm going to underhook with my left. I'm going to come out, and I'm going to play, and I'm going to club with my right hand. And I walk in with my left. Okay? So bang the head with my right, and I walk in with my left. Now, my head I use to keep him this direction, and I come in for the far arm. Far arm. Walk in with my hip. Now from here, rather than throw from the shoulder, which he can limp arm out of, I'm going to do the hip toss. I come to the lat, and I'm going to turn my hips. So we're coming out. This is my stance. I'm protecting my front leg. I'm going to underhook with my left. So I'm going to club with my right, and I'm going to come on. I can't walk in. When I walk in, this hand comes to the shoulder just to get my hips in. Come down and catch. This hand's going to drop to the lat. I'm going to pivot off of my left foot, and really all I'm trying to do is turn 180 degrees. Pulling with my hands, drop my hips below his hips, pop with my hips. As I pop with my hips, I then turn and catch. Okay? If you guys like to underhook with your right, then what you're going to do is your right foot's going to be forward. Right foot forward. Club with your left. Walk in. Underhook with your right. Drop down. Come to the left. This is a pivot foot. Turn my hips all the way around. The key to the throw is this. This arm's got to pull. You've got to pull this guy so he goes over. And then, okay? Sure.
This technique is very effective.
100%. You can throw. This technique, and then the one you see mostly, I think, in MMA is really, well, let's just do the setup first, okay? So right foot forward, I'm going to underhook with my right. Walk with my left, and walk in with my right. Catch, switch. Pivot, hips below his hips, pick them up. I'll show that next one. All right, get a final set. Some of you are staying up on the shoulder. We don't want to stay on the shoulder when we throw. Okay, so club, I come in. I'm walking my hips in at the beginning. Okay, typically they'll come down and they'll like overhook to defend. Because if they leave that up and they don't, they don't defend and they just leave that up, then you're already behind them. So they're probably gonna whizzer down. Okay, so I come in here. Now, once from this position, I drop. This arm, you can't leave here. Because if I turn and he limp up like this arm going limp, I'm gonna lose that arm on the way through. Okay? So when I come to here, I'm gonna drop to his waist or his lat to throw. Now I'm not losing him. Doesn't matter what he does with that arm, I'm not losing him. Now, when you're gonna throw, you cannot bend. You don't bend on a throw, meaning this. I don't bend over until his feet leave the floor. Okay? I don't bend until his feet. I want to pull his upper body too. Suck him in tight to me. Pull him in. Then I'm going to turn 180 degrees and I'm going to pop my hips. But if you notice, I'm not bent yet. I'm going to drive with my legs up. That gets his feet off the floor. Now, I bend. Some of you are bending when you turn. If you bend when you turn, now you've got nothing to lift with. You've got no more power. That's it. Because you can't do squats like this, do you? You're gonna squat in the gym. You don't bend over halfway and then try to squat because you're gonna break your back. Right? So it's the same thing as a squat. When I come in on my throw, now I bend. Okay?
This here, I'm stuck. You're right in your chest.
That's good, right?
It's a really good detail. I don't know what the hell's going on.
So, you can give away all the secrets, brother. No. All right, so what I want you to do when you come in is I want you to focus on your body position when you enter. Don't bend over so early. Okay? Pull, suck him in. As his upper body goes this way, your lower body comes in. You'll be able to pick him up nice and easy. And then you're trying to rotate the finish. Okay?
So after you pick up and you go to throw, is it just turn your body or do you also take a step forward a little bit while you
There's no step forward. When we throw, we pull, we pivot, and we lift. When I lift here, that's it. I launch them. You know, it depends on what you're doing. Wrestling, you can't slam them. You have to take them down easy. MMA, you can crush them. So when you throw, the goal is really to knock the wind out of them and try to land on them. But there's no extra step to let them down easy. It's lift, move. Okay?
How do you defend the back? Because I got how do you defend it? Because I got badly.
When you turn on somebody?
Well, someone he dropped my back. I got him on the ground. He got my back. Then just lifted and slammed him.
This?
Yeah. Slammed him on one side.
In order to avoid getting picked up, first thing you need to do, Judo, with wrestling, you drop when you hit when you get mad. You're breaking this hand, but drop when you hit. In Judo, what I would do is I would try to not let the guy stay straight behind me. What I would do is I would turn. And when I turn, I'm hooking a leg. So now he needs both of his legs to stand or to pick up. So as soon as he starts to like body lock me and pick me up, I'm stepping in. I'm stepping. That's he didn't stop like he needs both his legs to stand up. If I can stay down, he's not right. Look at when he goes to slant, right? Look at plant lift, then I'm going to really execute the throw. I'm going to use my hands to bury it. So here. As soon as he starts to lift, I step. For now, we're still working on the hip toss for everybody else. Okay.